sat back on the bed and rested a while as I thought about this mysterious woman and what she said. I remembered her saying we would be together for the rest of my life. What did that mean? I went over the experience in my head for the longest time. I looked over all the terrain of where the house was and what was in it, and knew this Joan woman was not good. I wonder what part she played in all this. Was she going to kill Harold, then someone find him in some seedy housing tract with a pile of dirty dishes in the sink? What a nightmare. Could I warn him in some way, or was it his fate to be gotten rid of through seductive means? What a time I was having with myself. I wanted to tell my wife, but she never really listens to me anyhow, so she wouldn't listen to me now, especially with this story. As time and events went on, I would soon know the answer to these and many more questions about her. It was late afternoon and the sun was going down, so I decided to go out to my truck and get things ready for tomorrow on the job. I was out in the garage for hours and finally was too tired to stay up, so I went to bed rather early. As soon as I laid down, Chris came into the bedroom window and grabbed me. "Let's have some fun as long as you are sleeping alone in here," she said, and took off all her clothes. "Okay, we do have plenty of time. Then we can go to the island," I asked. "Of course, silly. We always go there, but fun first," she said as we played the fiddle together. After a while, we flew out of my window and into the nighttime sky and then over to Blue Sky Island. When we arrived, it was sunny and so clear. What a difference. We flew directly into our big tree house on the balcony. "I want to do some decorating inside. Are you going surfing, Dwayne?" she asked. "Yes, I think I will," I said as I grabbed a board and flew with it to the beach below. When I was on the sand and knew that Chris was busy, I called for RT to come and see me. In an instant, he was there. "This wouldn't be about the Joni woman, would it?" he said with a burst of laughter. "You were there, weren't you? I know you saw everything that happened. Who is she?" I asked. "She is part of the biggest lesson of your life, Dwayne. I cannot explain all that you will be going through with her, because it will entail a lot of years, possibly to the end of your days on the earth. But I will tell you this, and that is when this life is over, you will be the greatest humanitarian ever," he said as he sat on the sand beside me. I thought for a moment and said, "What is a humanitarian?" "Ha, ha, ha, dude. Someone who does wonderful things for mankind, just like what Paul did for you when he wrote all those great books of his. Paul loved the is, so much so, all he did was write about the wonder of it. I know you will find this hard to accept, but you will surpass him with everything you will be doing," said RT, as I listened to every word he said. How could I even come close to what Paul did? I can't even figure out how he created Eckankar and collected all those people into the membership, let alone have the knowledge and awareness he had to do what he did with his writings, I said as I sat next to him on the sand. "Again, you are being funny, Dwayne. All the real guides are here for you. You will be something so special in the future, it will be hard for most people to even recognize a small portion of you. We are putting together something so big it will knock the socks off of a lot of people, because as the future of mankind unfolds further into the dreary tech age it is creating, there will be a lot more lost souls looking for something real," he said as he winked at me. "I'm just a contractor and a surfer. Darwin and Harold are the masters everyone is looking to. What could I possibly do to make a difference?" I asked. "You have already seen what Darwin did. He flubbed up, and that is true. In the experience you just had with Joan, It was showing you something so much more than you can understand right now. But soon you will see all of it. We created that event for you. Aren't we good? Said RT as he laughed. Really? Where did you get all those dirty dishes from? I asked, then laughed and laughed. You see how you are? You are great. You pick up on things right away. I know you thought Darwin was amazing, but actually, the boys and I did so much for that guy, and look what he did. He turned his back on us so that he could control others. How literally stupid is that? We would have eventually taken him to the Is, but he wanted his earthly kingdom, said RT as he smiled at me. I know, sir, that is very strange indeed. He had it all, and now he is like a big babysitter for those who want to stay with the Callum God, I said with a bit of a sigh. Exactly. You do understand a lot. Actually, a whole lot more than you realize, and you will continue to do so. I will make sure of it, and so will Paul and Yabel and all the boys. We are here for you because you are the real risk-taker. The part of your experience which was important for you is the fact that Miss Joni can see what's in you too, but for now she wants her plans and desires fulfilled, so she will deal with you later. As she is working on Harold full-time, as you saw in your experience. She is on her own mission from her God, Callum. She has been assigned by him to destroy Darwin, then Harold. She is possessed by the dark forces of Crony, said RT. Is this going to be like an Indiana Jones movie, RT? I asked. Oh yes, Dwayne, your life will never be the same as all those who you know. You will know many important and influential people during this life, but very few will really understand the true reality of Dwayne and your position with the Is, he said as he laughed. Did Paul go through a lot I don't know about? I asked. Of course, each one of us must take our own journey into the Is. Paul went through so much because he was stubborn at times and wanted to know what was going on with his life as it changed. But eventually, he let go and figured it out as you will. Not everyone will get there, but you will, he said. So I will survive this crony woman, I asked. Ha ha, of course you will, but she will still give you the ride of your life, Sonny, and it will be the best of all lessons for you. She is all about deception and nothing real, and so this is how all of us become more aware through the strange process of the dualistic forces, he said. Amazing. I am living the James Bond life, and I don't even know it yet, I said as I began to dream a little. We are bringing you up very steady and strong. There will be some interesting times ahead, but it will all work out. Even when you think all of life has deserted you, you will succeed. We will make sure of it, he said. Will Chris understand any of this? I asked. She is here to share her love with you, but for her to go into the Is not this time, he said. My life has really changed since I met Chris. My wife is a good person, but that's about it. She likes her life straight and rather stiff. At one time I thought that was the way to live, but it is so minute compared to what I am living now, I said. That is why we brought Chris to you. You needed to get out of just another routine life. While the both of you are still young, you will experience the wild youth you need to set yourself up for the future. Otherwise, you would just grow old like everyone else and possibly be lost again. Now that you have been willing to go outside of what the social structure deems proper and fitting, You have found all of this and so much more. I would say that it is always worthwhile to take a risk and see what else there is, said RT. You are so right, sir, I said as I was thinking over everything, and then Chris called down to me from the balcony. Did you fall asleep, dude? She said with her funny mannerism. I stood up and I was going to say I was talking to RT, but he had suddenly vanished, so I just waved and then grabbed my board and went out into the water. I paddled out into the clear turquoise blue water and then to the outside break. There is always waves here each time I come. From the outside I saw several big sets coming in, and so I paddled fast for them. After I went over the first set, I suddenly saw Ursha sitting on her board. Come on, dude, let's get the big one outside, she said as she waved to me, then turned her board and went over the next wave. I paddled to catch up with her, and as I did, we were both in line for the biggest wave. She was in front of me, and I caught the wave behind her. Then, as we went down the face, several dolphins shot from the top of the wave in front of us. We rode the wave halfway into shore and then kicked out. Then a whole school of dolphins came all around us and began to sing their little dolphin song. We laughed and petted them as we paddled to the outside again. Everything here is so perfect. The sun is always overhead and never hot, but brilliant and welcoming. Ursha and I sat on the outside for a while and talked. So how did you like Miss Joni? Dwayne, Ursha asked. Ha ha, that's a cute question, miss, I said as we both laughed. There just has to be a crony Joni, doesn't there? Of course, she is your wake-up call and part of the adventure on Earth for you, said Ursha as she did her wonderful smile. She seems to be a busy girl, with all she has to do with working over Darwin and now Harold, I said as I giggled. Wait till you see what she does to him. That little farm boy is in for a big surprise. He won't see what's coming, as she will mesmerize him and the membership, she said as we then paddled out for another wave. We rode the wave near the shore and kicked out, and Ursha said goodbye for now as I watched her paddle back out and then disappear under an incoming wave. What a magical place this is, I thought to myself. I walked up to the treehouse to see what Chris was doing. Hello, miss, I said as I walked in. You are just in time to help me hang this picture, she said as she went over and grabbed one end. This is really beautiful. Where did you get it? I asked. I painted it while you were out surfing and also built the frame, she said with a proud smile. I really like it. You are a great artist, I said, and a contractor too. Everything here is so easy compared to the earth. Whatever I want seems to be somewhere, and then I find it, she said. What she was referring to was the fact the boys know what is in our heart, and they provide all the gifts for us when we have earned them. It's just like a kid who is really good and listens to his parents. They get them almost whatever they want. Chris is always busy doing something fun and wonderful. It is her way of living. She has a great imagination for things that are fun and beneficial. And so this is what has brought us together. After we are done here, can we go find some horses? I want to have my own horse and go riding, she said as she waited for my answer. Okay, I'm sure if we look around the island, there will be a few wild horses we can tame, I said as she got excited and hugged me. We walked out and then leaped from the balcony and into the air. We first flew high in the sky up to the few clouds that were hovering overhead. Let's sit up here and see if we can spot our horses, Dwayne, she said as she looked over the whole area very intensely. I just watched her as she so intently scanned the island like a kid in a giant candy store trying to decide what to eat first. Look down there. I can see 3 horses moving about in the thick greenery. Let's go get them, she said, as she leaped from the cloud and I followed her. We flew over the area the horses were running through. The jungle brush was thick and really leafy and wonderfully green. The 3 horses would dart around as though they knew we were looking for them. I watched Chris as she was very focused on getting one of them. I thought the whole scene was very funny, as I started laughing as we were coming closer to the horses. Then Chris turned and said, "Shh, you will scare them away." Then I laughed even harder, as I saw the horses stop for a moment and look up at us. Chris froze in midair and was totally silent. I looked over the scene as she was looking at the horses and the horses were looking at her. But then the horses relaxed and motioned her on. She got the hint and slowly floated down to them. She landed right beside the one she wanted as she put her arm around his neck. Isn't he beautiful, Dwayne? I already know he loves me, because I can sense it with him.